What's the 78?
79. Make sure you copy down the I can stand for today. Next week is your test. Tuesday we'll have a practice test. Wednesday you'll have the actual test. I will collect your notebooks at the actual test, and I will grade your notebooks. If you just got here from virtual, I only will check the parts that you've been here. If you've been here the entire time, you should see everything, even if you're sick, you got the videos, and you got your math book to help you. Remember, on these do nows, I want to see the work. That's what I care about, not so much the right answers. Make sure you read the top. It's another reason why we're doing this, reviewing these. Because very soon, no one's going to be able to help you with your math other than your math teacher who's probably super busy in high school doing some kind of sports league, and he can't help you with it all the time. So you got to learn how to do some stuff on your own. You have 30 seconds. Make sure it's in the middle so I can collect it during the exit ticket. Today's lesson 79. Open up your map or notebook and copy down the I can't statement and write down lesson 79. Remember what you do now is you can solve only one of them and slip it 100% as long as you're showing your work, especially the work that they show you up above. Time is up. Take out your notebook, put that in the middle so I can collect it during your do now. Today's lesson 79. Wait, is this thing on? It is on. Ooh. Gesundheit. Lenjical, if you ever feel cold, you can close the window, okay? Good morning, Madison. The I can statement for today is I can estimate the area of a space. Say it with me. I can estimate the area of a space. This is very important to me because I don't know if you guys know this, but I actually got a house recently. I'm a homeowner. Isn't that awesome? Not really, because lots of bills, but I'll survive. And I want to rebuild my backyard. I want to put a new deck in the backyard because the one I have right now is kind of ugly and falling apart. So this summer, I want to build a new deck. I also might want to add a fire pit, a hammock. You know, I want to eventually build my backyard to be very comfortable because I like spending time in my backyard. Always did. I get an outdoor TV so I can have all the benefits of being inside, outside. That's what I kind of want in my future. In order to do that, I need to be able to take that space that is my outside, even if it's an awkward shape, to be able to figure out how much area I actually have. Because if I can't figure out the area, well then I don't know how much wood to buy. I don't know how much lumber, or not lumber, but how many stones I'll need. I don't know how much room people will have to walk around the fence, the fire pit, the deck. Because if I just all shove it back there, it could get crowded and you can't do anything in the backyard because you can't even move. Make sense? So something like this is super important because if you want to do something, especially with your room, and you don't want to move your table, you don't want to move this, if you have I know like some of you, I know like Leia, she's like super fancy. She's got like a little pond in her room with like a waterfall. If she wants to build around that, she's got to take that design and be able to figure out the area in case she ever wants to add something. And today's lesson is not that difficult, though it will look scary. So, this is just a circle. On your exit ticket, you will have, what is it? I think it's like three or four that are really weird shapes. So right now, I want you to copy down both those grids.
Squares and all.
Squares and all. The squares are super important. So make sure in your notes right now, you're copying the squares and the circles. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Was it? Yep, 6 by 6. So you need 6 going down, 6 going across, and fill it up and up. And then draw the circle. If you have like a colored pencil or a pen or something to draw the circle, might be the best thing. But don't dig through your backpack. We don't have time to dig. Yep, do the second one too. The second one is probably going to be the most important. Make sure you include the dots. I see a lot of people doing it nice and quick. Like it. Don't copy the words right now, copy the shapes. Because the shapes are going to be what's really, really important. Oh, did I record this? Yes, I recorded it. I'm going to give you about 30 more seconds. If you don't get it done, then in your study hall, because I will expect to see both of these circles in your notes. Make sure you go to your book, copy them down. You got about 15 seconds. Good morning, Demayan. Oh, Demayan. Okay, virtual, I guess. All right. If you didn't get it done, make sure you can either do it while I'm talking, but I'd rather you be focused, but make sure you get that copied in your notes. Now, the question is, and I'm going to read it because for some reason I'm the only one who can speak loud enough when I wear a mask. Everyone else sounds like it's just a muffled, like parents from Charlie Brown. To prevent a 500-pound piano from damaging the floor, the owner puts a 6-inch diameter circle casters under 3 legs of the piano. Each Tucker's method to estimate the area of each caster, then find the pounds per square inch the floor supports. Lots of scary stuff in that sentence because it's like, what do you do? How do you even find the area of this? Taylor? Not quite. It's actually going to be way simpler than that. This is what it's going to be. So first of all, it says 6 diameter circle caster under 3 legs. Use Tucker's method to estimate the area of the caster. So when you estimate the area, man, I wish they kept these in the next slide. I don't know why they don't. All you're going to be doing is counting up how many squares are inside that circle. So hopefully your grid is exactly the same. 6 by 6, and your circle looks right. But I'm going to use a different color. Leah, did you count them up? How many do you get? Let's count and see. And this time, only count the whole one. So the ones that have a full square in it. Right? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So that means we have 24 whole squares. Leah? In the circle. Yes, you got to count inside the circle because that's the area you're talking about. If I were to say I want to build my backyard, my porch in my backyard on my neighbor's property, I think I'm going to have some problems, aren't I? Because I want it to be mine. I don't want it to be theirs. Now, what about these blue dots? Cherish? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. She's right. But those only count as half. Okay? So, We have 24 whole blocks inside the circle, but we have 8 halves. Now, in your homework, I use a different color because I can. On your exit ticket and your homework, it'll be a very great idea. Like when I did the exit tickets for the answers, I put little crosses inside the whole ones and put dots in the half. That way I can see which one's whole and which ones are halves. Because does this circle go all the way, does it encompass all of this square? No, it takes about half of it. So it's a dot, 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 dot. Does that make sense? Who can explain what you do if you only got half a square inside your shape? What do you put? Uriah? You mark it with a dot. Okay? Now, since it's only half, we only count that 8 as a half. So what's half of 8? Braylon? Okay. So this half is no longer 8, but now it's 4 because it's half of how many dots there are. Because you can't count that full square because it's not the full square. Now all you do to find the area is add. What's 24 plus 4?
28.
Taylor?
28.
Yes. So your answer is so 24 plus 4. Oh wait, there's not a lot of space on the screen. 28. Let's see. What is it? I'm gonna write units squared. I'm sorry about that. I thought I would have more room to write. I'm trying to write it more up so people in the back can see. But units squared. Make sure you have that label. That's all you're doing today, boys and girls. And your exit ticket is exactly the same. All you do is count up the spots in the circle, count up the halves, cut the halves in half, add that to the whole, and then that's your answer. Now, this problem has a little bit more to it because it's saying find the pounds per square inch on the floor supports. Your exit ticket doesn't have these, but we are going to go through it because there is a good chance that it's going to be on your homework. So who can try and speak really loudly and read this part to review what we just talked about? Nice and loud. Jaquel.
We count 24 whole nearly. We count 24 whole or nearly. The half squares we mark it with dots. There are 8 half squares. We count that as 4 full squares. We estimate the total caster as 28 square inches.
All right, so they did. You say inches. My bad. I thought they didn't say it. So it's 28 square inches. Simple enough, right? Now, in order to find how much pound that floor can hold, you're going to take that 500 and divide it by 84 inches. Why is it 84 inches? Because since there are 3 casters, so if you go back here, I don't even know actually what a caster is, to be honest. I had a piano, but I didn't have this kind of piano. Actually, my piano is downstairs. The one I learned how to play piano on is actually downstairs because I donated to the school. The way the piano is distributed over the area of 3 casters. Oh, so it's the legs. So we divide the 500 pounds by 84 inches because there's 3 of them. You take 28 times 3, you get 84. So you get 6 pounds per inches. I want you to copy down this part. I'll give you 2 minutes. Then we'll go through practice because we still have about 25 minutes of class left. Like I said, this type of question right here will not be on your exit ticket, but it will be in your homework. And I do expect to see in your notebook. Yes, the words too. If you want to try to summarize it, that's fine. Like writing the words casters, their legs. One here plays piano. You Tyler. Just need quickly have a seat. And then someone in study hall, if you could share with Destiny your notes later, that'd be great. Here, copy on the words. Alrighty, if you did not finish this, make sure you finish this up in study hall because it's in your book. It's only example in lesson 79. Now, we need to practice because look over here with A. Those are the kind of shapes you will get on your exit ticket. And since that is so very small, I'm going to draw a shape because this lesson can be done with any kind of shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, 7 by 7. Next, what kind of shape do I want to do? I got it. All right. Now, boys and girls, we have to figure out the area of inside the blue. This is the pond that is in Leia's room because she's super fancy like that. So, first things first, let's start with the whole ones. So, Cherish. 10? 10 whole squares. Carmelita, do you say 10 whole squares? Yes. Anything I put on the board, you got to copy. Do as best as you can. Mackenzie. Let's see. So it's got to be more than half. So this is more than half. So that's going to be a whole. I'm going to use the word W. I write W in there. So that would be a whole. This is more than half. So this would be a whole. This is 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 more than half. So I'm going to count it as a whole. 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 More than half. Whole. All right. So how many W's do we have? Sarah?
13.
So about 13. Now on your exit ticket, I know these look weird and some people might say, well, that's not half. So you do get some leeway. Now let's do for the halves. How many halves do we got? Well, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, that worked out perfectly. Holy cats. It's really nice when you get an even number. Cherish? So you get 10 halves. It's nice when it comes out to be even. What do you do with the halves, though, before you add them together? What do you have to do? You have to do this before you add. London. Awesome. Put your legs down. So what's the half of 10? What color should I do? Green. What's half of 10, Cherish? So this 10 becomes of 5. I'm going to write it over here because I have more space over here. 13 plus 5. What do you get, Jaslyn?
18.
You get 18. This is going to, I'm going to say this is in inches. How do you write inches when you're doing area? Inches. Lawrence? What's that 2 called though? Think about, there you go. Inches squared. Because if you look at the grid, they're all in squares, right?
Mm-hmm.
Any questions how we solve that? Braylon, what do you think of?
So, like, if it's more than half, it becomes a whole number.
Yeah, I would say if it's more than half, just like when you're rounding. Nally, get your head up. Lawrence?
What would you do if it was an odd?
So if it was that, then you'd probably get something like a half.
Oh, like
So like you would get like if 18 and a half if that was like a 6, or if that was 11. Because you would get 5.5, because 5.5 plus 5.5 is 11. So you would get 18 and a half. Okay? Don't make it too hard on yourself. One more, but you don't have to copy it in your notes. Bish? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go with, trying to think someone who's been paying attention this whole time. Let's go with Braylon. Come up onto the board. Draw a shape inside the lines. Let's see if we can figure out the area of Braylon's shape. My goodness, if we started right now, you would still have 20 minutes for your exit. Oh, Braylon, hold on. Take a pen off. Do black instead. Okay. Wow. Thanks for all the hard work we got to do now, Braylon. All right. First of all, let's count all the holes. So, well, this looks like a hole. This looks like a hole. 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 I'm going to say this one is not a hole. I'm going to say that's about half. That's me, though. That's why you get a little bit plus or minus with this. So how many holes do we have all together, Uriah? Wait a second. I forgot one.
you forgot another one right there. What about that one? What about that one?
This one?
Yeah.
Fine. I'll give it to you.
With the little corner, right?
All right. So let's just say 10. Let's just say 10. Now let's do the dots. Okay. So this looks like a half, 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 half. Because even if it's just a small corner, it counts as half. Half, half, half. I'm going to say that's a half. Half.
There's 2 more halves. Those 2 right there.
Oh, good catch, Sarah. Half and half. I'm going to say that's the end. Okay, how many halves do we have? Sydney? Huh? 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, great, because Lawrence asked this question. Josiah, what's wrong with your head? Yeah, that's why I had the window open. What's half of 11? I'm going to give 5 payments to these 3 for consistently raising their hands. Braylon. Sean? Huh? 5.5. Great. I hear some talking. Do we need to get you all 30 problems right off the bat? Better not. I don't like grading all 30 problems. All right. Now what do you do with these two numbers? Natalie? Okay, so you got 10 plus 5.5 because you line up the decimals. What is 10 plus 5.5? Sarah?
15.5.
Right, or I'm going to say 15.5 inches squared. Any questions? So, if you can confidently say, I can estimate the area of a space